Love that. Righto. I'm sure we'll find something to talk about. Welcome to Fun Fresh Footy with Pete and Ash. Is this quiet?
Quiet.
You can't hear it?
I can hear it. Very faint.
G'day, welcome back to Fun Fresh Footy, the podcast with terrible tips and great yarns. I am Ashley Krebit, and joined as always is Poida Crab Salter, as we've just realised. That's her Instagram handle, and it's going to be very difficult for people to find her, but don't try. And you know what? If they will, there's a way, I guess. So if you do enough investigating, if you check my Instagram, I'm sure they'll find a tag. Happy Friday, everyone. Sorry we didn't record last week. I can't remember why we didn't. We've kind of been recording on Fridays at the moment, which has sort of worked out well. However, I got extremely pissed last Friday, so I wasn't in any state to...
I think that was it.
Yeah, so apologies, everyone, but we're back, ready and raring, well, sort of.
We're back.
Fun Brief and Footy, I think that's what we
decided this one would be called.
Because, yeah, again, I didn't really prepare until 20 seconds ago. I don't even have the date written down, but we are into March, so month 3.
It's the 4th.
4th of March. Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. 4th of March. It's actually stopped raining for the first time in, I think, about 2 weeks. And the sun is shining, which is fantastic. However, it's also extremely muggy now.
It is very muggy. We've got the rotating fan on behind us, but...
Thank God, that's a saviour.
Yeah. The 2 seconds when it passes you is like bliss, and then it's just like back to sweaty.
Yeah, it just got me then. That's nice.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah.
Cheers, Nana, for that one.
Thanks, fan. Yeah, so obviously for anyone that lives, any of our listeners that are on like the east coast of Australia right now, it's been like very dim, dull and wet for the last 2 weeks. So for any of our listeners that are affected by the floods and the rain and all the storms that we've had, we hope that you're doing all right, and we're thinking of you, because I know we haven't really been hit as hard, but my backyard is a fucking mud pool at the moment.
Yeah, it's pretty gross. That's the thing. I'm like, I really can't complain because people have got it really bad right now, but also it has been gross.
Well, I was running a bit late when I got here, is because as soon as like the sun came out, I was like, I need to fucking mow my front lawn because it's starting to look like Housing Commission. So I like ripped into that, but like my backyard is just like, yeah, it's pretty disgusting. So yes, that was my afternoon. Anyway, what have you been up to? Let's go back on the week that was, if we can remember.
Haven't done too much. I know we obviously both went to an engagement party on Saturday, which is a nice little do.
Yeah, so our good friends Britt and Naomi getting married, and also having a baby. So congratulations to them. It was actually like a really fun afternoon.
Yep, the rain held off too, which was nice.
The other one day that didn't rain, but it wasn't like muggy or anything either.
No, it was like quite a nice temperature. Really
nice and cool, and yeah, it was a mad setup that they had with the big marquees and whatnot, and what was the name of Fia's band? The
Coconut Trio.
Coconut Trio came and played. They were awesome, and
yeah, they're always good.
It was just really good, like catching up with heaps of people, especially like some of the Maitland girls that I used to play with years ago, and just seeing people that you haven't seen in bloody ages.
Yeah, when we like got in and you were kind of like off, doing your busy bits with all the like different people, Penel was like, Crep's royalty around here. And I was like, yeah, she knows everything.
I know a lot of people.
In Maitland.
Yeah, that's exactly right. No, it was so good catching up with some of the old girls that I used to hang out with, and yeah, it was good fun. So yeah, thanks for having us.
And then Sunday I went to the NRLW, was very hungover, but managed to... I went and had a feed at the Premier and got through like half a burger, and then like Liz's dad dropped us at the footy.
Oh, how was Liz?
Yeah, she's good. She's on a little bit of a break, and she starts her new job on Monday.
Another new job?
Yep, she did a new job.
Oh, good work,
which is
Liz.
exciting for her. And then, yeah, so I sort of like struggled through that. But it was nice. It got me out of the house, which was good. I think I needed that.
Fuck, man, I did not move.
Creb was meant to come with me. Bought her a ticket.
I paid you for the ticket.
Oh, did you? I didn't check. You didn't have to. I was just not checking. But anyway, I was like ringing her when I got there because I was in my Chook's thick woolen jersey and I got there.
Which is something we'd prepared, like
we were going to do. Anyways, it was like, it had been raining all weekend, a bit chilly. Get to there, it's like the muggiest bastard of a day. I was like literally sweating and I was already so hungover and I was just making me feel so unwell. So I'm like on the blower to Creb, like, when you get here, bring me a t-shirt, please. And then you're just like, nah, I'm not coming. And I was like, okay, mad.
It was actually funny when you like were ringing me like constantly. I was like on the toilet of all places and I'm like, I can't I can answer, but
I don't think I would have cared.
Well, now that I know that, I will take calls on the bathroom in the bathroom from now on.
I do that a bit.
Well, I didn't know whether we were at that level, but of course we are. Your birthday is a perfect example of why we are that. But no, you said you had a good afternoon once you kind of got there.
Yeah, once I got there, it was a great little afternoon. Got me out of the house, came home, heated up the rest of my burger, which I made Pernell carry around for like 3 hours at the NRLW in this little takeaway container. Sorry, Pernell, but thank you.
God, he's a good bloke.
I know. And then so I just like finished that off for dinner and conked out.
Yeah.
I was in bed. I was asleep by like 7 o'clock.
Man, so what day was that? Sunday. Yeah, I like did not move. I was I don't know. Like, I feel like I didn't really drink excessively. I just think it was like a backlog of like, so I went, one of my good mates, Zoe Hall, she was down from Queensland and her and I spent like the whole of Friday at the pub. Like, I think we had our first beer at 11 at Patterson Pub. And then we just kind of like meandered around Maitland and headed back to Newcastle. I think we finished at, what's it called at Warners Bay? Pippi's, yeah. Which was really fun, but oh my God, like, yeah, so I was extremely drunk. Felt a little bit hungover the next day from that. But like the night before, or one of the nights before, good friend of the show who was on last week, Hannah and my housemate Shelby, like we indulged in several beers. So I'm just like, ugh, God, I felt so fucking disgusting. And then come Sunday, I was just like, oh my God, my body was like super off me.
Yeah, I was surprised I was as hungover as I was, but I think it's because I like have, which not that big a break, but for me, like I have bigger breaks between when I drink now, like.
Because you have a full-time job?
Well, I just mean more like I don't drink every single weekend.
No,
I don't get plastered every single weekend. Like I normally, like if I do drink every week, it's like I'll go and have a few beers at home or like go to a mate's place or go to the pub for a couple and watch the footy, but I haven't been like getting smashed.
I was literally thinking about this the other day and I don't know who I was talking to, but I was like, my like idea of like drinks now is like, well, we have a drink when we do the potty. I come over to yours and we have drinks. Shelby and I'll have drinks, or I'll have a few with Lil. Hannah and I went to my local the other day and we had a couple, and actually then we went to her local and had a couple too. I can't remember the last time you and I went to the pub.
Yeah, it's been a while.
I couldn't tell you the last time.
We've been doing house drinks a lot.
Which I'm not mad about.
No, neither.
Which is probably why we both felt so fucking disgusting on Sunday. We're like, oh.
I mean, technically we didn't go to the pub then either, but we had a fair few beers. Because I was like sitting there and there was like a big, because we like weren't going to the tub, and there was a massive pile of Great Northerns.
And like, Pernell wasn't drinking either.
No.
Actually, it was just you and I drinking Great Northerns.
Yeah, there was heaps.
But I kept thinking at the party, I'm
like how long were we there for? Like 6 hours?
6 or 7 hours.
Yeah, but we would have at least polished over 30 between us.
Yeah, I think I took like 11 beers there.
Yeah, I think I took like a carton.
And I'm like, I just remember thinking like, I don't even feel pissed like at all.
Yeah. No, I never got like smash the whole night. But anyway, it's sort of like deviating. Anyways, I do still enjoy going to pub, and of course I still enjoy getting smashed, but it's just like nice to be able to go to people's houses and have like a few beers, get a bit silly but not hectic.
Have a few beers, spin some yarns, and then shake hands and say, you know what, I'll see you next Friday. We'll do it again. I hope you're feeling fun and fresh tomorrow, and enjoy your weekend.
Yeah, exactly.
And then I come over again on this Saturday.
Yeah. But yeah, other than that, I don't know this week I think I got back into the gym this week because I hadn't been for 2 weeks.
Fuck yeah.
Because I had a week off from my concussion, and then the next week I was still feeling pretty shit with the concussion. I got to like halfway through the week, I was like, I could probably go, but I don't know. I get in my head, I'm like, at least I've got to go at least 4 days in my program, and if it gets to like Wednesday, Thursday, I'm like, I just can't fit these all in, so I'm just not going to do it at all. But anyway, back this week. Feeling good, bit sore.
Yeah.
And then we went to Air Locker last night for footy, which is just like.
Did you enjoy like the training there, or?
I didn't mind it. Like, it was pretty good, but it was also like, I just get a bit. I prefer to be able to like go somewhere where I can like work on PBs and like increase my weights and like genuinely increase my strength. Whereas like that was a really good
high intensity,
and it was really good because we haven't obviously been able to train this week on the oval, so we weren't able to do conditioning. So it was good to get a cardio session in, something where I'm getting my heart rate up. But like if it was just like day to day, I'd just prefer to like work on strength and stuff, I think.
So I used to train at Air Locker last year, and like I liked the gym. However, I was exactly the same, and like doing a little bit of PT, I was like, I am not progressively overloading at all. And like even when I trained at F45, you don't get the chance to sort of even like load your bar up or whatever, because you've got
there's like
this
10
countdown.
seconds between starting and going from one exercise to the next.
Exactly. And I'm like, fuck, I'm rushed and anxious, and it's like, whatever.
I know.
Nah.
We didn't even have time to have like a drink in the whole session. It was just all a bit of a... although at the end they did like 2 minutes of like mindfulness, and the girl who ran us through it had a lovely voice, and I was very relaxed from that.
I love a little bit of mindfulness after a good session.
No, it was I liked that aspect. That was very good. But yeah, other than that, sort of just... I was telling you before the podcast. I went to someone's house today, someone I had to see, and I don't know them very well. Anyway, I accidentally like kicked their like 8-week-old puppy in the ribs, and it was like a tiny little chihuahua, and it was the cutest thing ever. I was just like turning and like yarning to them one way, and I like turned around to walk the other way and like kicked my foot out and just like booted it in the ribs, and I felt so bad. It like yelped, and I was like down on the ground in these people's house like, I'm so sorry. Anyway,
that dog's gonna also have an anxious heart.
Oh well, it was like cowering away from me when I first bent down. I'm like, I'm sorry.
Oh my god, it's like...
Anyway, I think it forgave me. It was very cute, and I felt very bad.
I hope you haven't scarred that poor dog.
Oh, me too. And they're like, don't worry, we've done it heaps accidentally. And I'm like, I'm sure that's not true. You're just trying to make me feel
You're
better.
comforting me. Well, look, I've had small dogs before, and actually my housemate's dog, she's a little French bulldog, but she is small, and they do get under your feet.
Especially like that age, because it's like a fresh puppy and it doesn't really have any like spatial awareness yet. It was just flapping about the house.
Look, I'll just say one thing. It's lucky it got a kick in the ribs and didn't just get completely trod on.
That is true. I would have squished it.
Because I'm guessing the little chihuahua, about...
like smaller.
Yeah.
It was very small.
It's lucky to be alive. In fact, it should be thanking you.
It was fine. I was like sitting there a little bit later, and I just saw it like sleeping in the shelves of their house. It was so cute. Anyways, puppy is fine.
No dogs were hurt in the making of this podcast.
Hurt, but not long term, I don't think.
We'll check back in 10 years and see if it needed to be medicated or anything.
Yeah.
It's probably got a concussion.
Probably.
That's where your concussion's gone. You've handed it on.
Yeah, maybe. I hope that I've gotten rid of it.
Well, do you know what? I'm glad that you've gotten rid of it.
Even if that puppy has to suffer through it.
Look, we'll just stop right there before I say anything else inappropriate. So what else? That's it. Work was good. Footy.
Work's been good. Work's been pretty cruisy. You know, things are ramping up at work. I'm finding I need to do more visual scheduling, because I'm not sure if it's the concussion or just me as a person, but my memory's not great. So like if I call someone and they don't answer and I have to leave a voicemail, like that is out of my mind then. I'm just like, oh, I need to write things down.
Yeah, I'm a big, well, actually not anymore, but when I was in my previous jobs, I was constantly, and I was always like writing, putting like reminders in my like Outlook calendar and stuff, because I can't even remember what I did like an hour ago.
No, it's very hard. Very hard.
And I don't know what we can blame for that. Genetics.
Oh, I'm happy to blame genetics.
We'll blame like the previous generation. Mum and Dad gave it to you. But work's ramping up.
Yeah, it's ramping up a bit, but like it's nice and progressive. It's good.
And you're still like enjoying everything you're doing, and
yeah, it's really good.
yeah, I was like, I definitely can tell that you're enjoying it.
Yeah, it's good. It's definitely like, I think as good as full-time work can be, you know, like you're at work all the time, but it's like it's definitely like cruisy, and I get heaps of working from home days, and it's very like flexible. I'm a fan.
I love that you get to work from home. I only worked 2 days last week because of, like, I took the day works off so we could go to this engagement party and then spend all day in bed crippling hungover. But yeah, I only worked 2 days, and to be honest, like, touch wood, work hasn't actually been that bad in the smelt of late. So
I think like with the world, like with everything else going bad, I think our jobs are like, everyone's jobs probably are kind of like, all right, there's a bit too much going on. Let's just be nice for a little bit.
Fuck, there's some shit going on in the world at the moment.
I'm not going to get into it.
Yeah. To be honest, I don't know enough on like World War III that's basically about to happen to get into it. But all I will say is Putin needs to calm the fuck down.
Yeah.
What were we saying the other day? Like,
had someone need to go tell him to grow up?
Yeah, grow up and fucking calm down, because work's going really good for us, so we don't need anything disrupting that. Yes. Other than maybe like petrol prices dropping, because that's obviously a roll-on effect from that. Petrol's like at the $1.90, so I know that's sort of a reoccurring thing that we talk about. However, that's an all-time high.
It was $1.90 for E10 for me the other day.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
Because when I was driving home from somewhere, maybe my parents, Metro Sandgate, shout out, they were $1.70, and I'm like, fuck, like even that's expensive.
But even like 20 cents less than everywhere
But then
else.
you roll into town and it's like Ampol, Shell, $1.90. It's like, whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Outrageous.
My week been pretty chill. Worked a couple of days. I've also been like ripping into the gym. I've gone every day. My shoulders are like killing me, but that's fine. I don't even know if I brought this up on the podcast, but I seem to have like terrible luck with my laptop. I've had 3 laptops since we've recorded this. We haven't even been doing it for 12 months. I did lose my charger for an extended period of time. Just misplaced it. Had to use Peter's work charger, thank the Lord, to power this podcast. However, I found it the other day. It was in the spare room of my partner's house. Don't know how it got there. Where it actually was located was even more bizarre. So, but anyway, it's back. Everything's looking all hunky-dory. The only other thing, other than the rain, actually probably the rain has sort of led me to this, but I've started watching HBO TV sensation Euphoria this week. Didn't even really know what Euphoria was. I kept seeing like things on TikTok about it. Hadn't really heard of it. See all these like songs and effects and shit on TikTok, and I was like, what is this? Like, I need to like have a look. I am obsessed.
Yeah, I feel like I would like it. I've heard I don't think I've heard like people not liking it.
It is very fucking good. I was saying to Pete before, for anyone that's watched the British show Skins, it's very similar to that. So it's obviously like a bunch of like teenagers in school dealing with drugs and sex and social media and whatnot, but yeah, it's mad. I just had to get Binge to watch it, so if you want my like login,
yeah, probably will.
I'll let you log in.
That'd be good.
I
wanted to say, speaking on technical difficulties, I know last time we recorded this, we were saying we wanted to just watch the trial games that were on, but we couldn't because my internet wasn't working. We ran off a Telstra TV. Anyway, that's been happening for the most of the month. Someone came out today. I've been having to hotspot to work from home. Someone came out today and fixed the internet.
Did they say what was wrong with it?
A network misalignment or something or other. Anyway, they fixed it today. Internet's working again, thank God. But the cricket's obviously on tonight. The test between Australia versus Pakistan. I'm sure we'll talk about it next week after it's gone, but very excited to watch that. All I wanted to do when I got home from work was just put it on, wait for Kreb to come over to do the potty. But the TV's broken now. So, like, I just
As
can't.
in, like, won't turn on at all?
It just, like, you turn it on and the things, like, the lights come on and it goes, like, and then it turns on for 1 sec and then it just goes and turns off.
Wow.
Yeah. So...
We're not very lucky with technology, like, between the two of us.
No. I've also been having phone difficulties where I can't send photos, but it's working again after
Oh, my
ages.
God.
Anyway, let's move on from our complaints.
Before Yeah, wow.
Better bring up some notable mentions.
Notable mentions time. So, hot topics of the week. We do have a couple that we'll go through. Peter, you want to kick us off?
Sure. So some of these are a little bit old because we didn't record last week and I wrote them down last week, but we're just going to do it anyways. So obviously Hayes Dunster has been ruled out for 2022 after an ACL, PCL and MCL tear, which is so sad for him because he was hot, he was good.
He made my Hot Boy Team of the Year last year.
Yeah, and that's saying something. That's how...
So we hate to see Hot Boy. Actually, we hate to see anyone go down.
We do hate to see anyone go down, but particularly Hot Boys.
That's fucked because, like, I understand, like, people do their knees all the time. Like, it is such a common soft tissue injury. However, he really did his knee, bud.
He did, like, all the things.
He really did his knee.
The only one he didn't do was his LCL, which is, like, a not very...
Did he do meniscus and stuff? I'd say so.
I'd imagine so. Sounds like it's all gone. Look, this was obviously ages ago, but Ponga was captain. Don't really care, but good on him. He's the captain now.
Congrats, don't care.
They're doing anything to keep him. Blah, blah, blah. Anyways, Curtly Beale is going to be back in Australian rugby. He's signed back here, which is exciting.
With the Waratahs?
He will be with the Waratahs, but he's not playing with the Waratahs yet. I think he is just playing for Australia, and then in 2023 he'll be back with the Waratahs.
Do we have like a World Cup or something on?
We have some things on. I'd love to pretend like I know what they are. I think the women have a World Cup, so men probably do too.
Yes. Well, I've heard that the women do, so that would maybe make sense. Or maybe I'm thinking of rugby league.
No, I think the women do.
Anyway, I did hear a little spread at rumour that he was coming back. So welcome back, Curtly. We love to see that.
Yes. I also... Some of these are just not making sense to me because I'm like, I wrote them ages ago. But I was listening, it must have been on the Maddie Johns podcast a few weeks ago, and they were saying they had an interview on his show, like the...
Face-to-face?
No, like on his actual TV show.
Oh,
it's like for upcoming content where Fletch and Hindy did an interview with Matt Duffy. And I just found it interesting that he was saying that like, they were like, most of that content's not going to be able to be used because he's a bit hectic.
As in Matt Duffy's a bit hectic?
Yeah.
I was listening to something the other day. You know how we were listening to the Grouse and a Few Reds?
Yeah.
So one of the guys, Jordan Simi, who we almost got to do an interview with him ages ago. Yeah, we were going to try and tee it up, but we just couldn't find the time. I doubt we'll be able to do it now. He's pretty big. But anyway, Jordan Simi used to live with Corey Norman. And obviously Corey Norman played for St George and whatnot. And Simi was saying that, Duffy is one loose unit.
Yeah.
He is a big day.
I just like want to know more.
I want to see it too. That was another thing. I'm so looking forward to like Maddie John's show coming back and NRL 360. Like that is my jam.
Yeah.
Love my footy jam.
Also, this is an older one, but Tigers have appointed 5 captains, which is... My sister literally rang me as soon as she saw the post go up and she's like, have you seen that the Tigers have appointed 5 captains? And I was like, what the heck? No.
I completely forgot about this. I'm so glad you brought that up. That is such a Tigers thing to do. And NRL Roasty put up a photo. So they had like the Telstra Premiership photo of all the captains sitting around the trophy. And Roasty went and edited it. But instead of just having Adam Dewey up the back, they had like the other 4 like edited in, and fuck, it was so funny.
I like Roasty. He's so funny.
He's so funny. Can I just quickly say one thing on the Tigers? It's completely irrelevant, but so my cousin, he plays first grade for Maitland Pickers and got like a train and trial deal with the Tigers. Like Tim Sheen like personally like rang him to come and do this thing, and it was like, fuck, like that's so exciting. He's always wanted to do the NRL and whatnot. Unfortunately, he can't do it because of like some family things that have happened. But I just remember saying to his partner, I'm like, oh my God, like that's so exciting for Jay. Like we've always wanted him to play NRL and we knew that was his dream. And I was like, but of all the fucking teams.
I mean, a start's a start. Teddy started at the Tigers.
That's
You've got to
exactly
remember that.
right. So did Fox. So did Moses. And they've all gone on to do great things.
Yeah. You can start out there. You just can't stay there.
I was like, oh man, I don't want to have to like semi-support the Tigers because you play for them. But anyway, 5 captains. I love that.
Robbo has signed for 5 more years. The great Robbo.
Yes.
We are so glad. I can't see him ever leaving the Chooks until he retires now, which is brilliant.
I think I read somewhere that he's the longest like serving Roosters head coach.
Right,
Since
that doesn't surprise me.
Since the beginning. And
what a legend.
we've always said that, like, he's a master of hot boys, and he is just, like...
He gets it.
He gets it. He gets rugby league, he gets coaching, and to be honest, he could have signed for 100 years, and I don't think anyone would have blinked an eyeball.
Nah, 100%.
I'm happy to see it.
Like, it was just like, when I saw it, I was like, oh, thank you. I needed this.
Thank
Whatever
you.
day it was, I needed it.
With everything else going on in the world, all is well in our life.
Obviously, this is like from a while ago, I think, the actual charge, but Manu Vadavai has been jailed for 3 years.
I love when you have all of the same things. It makes it so much easier.
From drug importation charges, which is sad to see.
Wild, but...
It is wild, yeah.
It's fucking wild.
Yeah.
I
Hectic.
think from memory, because, yeah, you're right, he was charged with this quite some time ago. I have a feeling it was, from memory, like real hard shit, like meth or something. Like not fucking
That's pretty
pills
edge.
or weed or anything, like meth or, whatever the hard drugs are.
That's edge.
So,
That is.
not very good, because I don't know whether you've listened to Den and Kent's podcast. He played with Manu, and he said, like, he was a gentle giant, such a good bloke, such a
Yeah.
family man and whatnot.
He probably didn't like realise how bad thing he was that he was doing.
Yeah, he's just obviously caught up in the wrong thing. I mean, it's not a good thing at
No.
all. However, you don't like to see it, but also, guys, don't smuggle drugs.
Yeah. I only have one more. It's not footy related. It's nothing else. But probably in the last, like, maybe 5 weeks, I've, like, really been reminded that I have a large nose. Not by people, but, like, obviously I always knew, like, I've got a bit of a knobbly big nose.
You're kidding me, cunt. Have you seen the size of my nose?
You've got a big nose as well. We both do. Anyways, I've been like, it's like, you know, sometimes you're like, you look at yourself every day and you don't look at those things. You don't look and think, oh, geez, I've got such a big nose, because you're looking at your head every day. And you're just like, it's fine. But, yeah, 2 different occasions in the last couple of weeks. One, I was closing my car door, like just shutting it, just standing normally, closed it, and the corner of the top hit me in the nose. Like, nowhere else, like, even went... It didn't even go close to any part of my body, but it just hit me in the nose and bounced, like, back a bit. And I was like, ow. And then I was brought to my attention again last night at Air Locker when we were doing, like, a weight plate. And we'll, like, go to the ground, you, like, put it above your head, go back down. And I've just, like... It was coming flat down, like not even like pointing at me, like coming flat down and just like whacked me in the top of the nose. And I was like, I didn't think that plate was anywhere near my head, which it kind of wasn't. Like it didn't look like it looked like it was ages away, and it just went bang, like it hit me in the nose, just like kept going like.
All right, I want to give me a side profile. All right, guys, I just want to clarify one thing. She does not have a big nose at all.
I do.
On this podcast, I am the one with the fucking beak of a nose. Mine is huge. Thank you to my brother for breaking it when I was in year
Yeah,
8.
mine's got a big nubbly bit from being broken.
Yeah, same. I'm starting to think it's not a nose issue. It's just you have a fucking huge head.
I have a huge head as well. I do.
I'm thinking the size of your head
Is pushing
maybe
the nose out?
Pushing, your facial features maybe towards the car door, towards the plate. I have a big nose and can't say I've ever thrusted a plate into my
That's
face.
true. I think it's like a little bit of a combination of both. Like, I'm not going to be out here and say I've got the biggest nose in the world. I do have an abnormally large head. And my nose is a bit bigger than like a regular nose.
Look, you don't have the smallest nose
No.
I've ever seen, but you do have a bigger head than most people.
Yes, that is very true. I'll be honest, like the plate one was just a bit annoying, but like the car door one, I couldn't even be like upset about the pain. I was just like,
What the hell's
on
happening?
earth did a car door hit me in the nose? Like, how does that happen? Like, I literally was just, I was like, I shut car doors, especially in my new job, several times a day. Like, open, shut, open, shut, open, shut. Never been hit in the nose.
You've
and
been
then
shutting doors, you
just
pretty much
bang,
your whole
straight
life.
into the nose. I was like, what a weird thing for it to just hit.
Your tyres weren't like a little bit flat and your car's sort of sunk.
No,
or they're
I have
higher.
no idea what happened.
That's
but
a mystery.
I was just like so taken back at the time. I was like, what?
Look, I've gotten my nose into plenty of curly places. Can't say I've really had any gym incidents
Or shut a car door on it.
shut a car door on it. And like my nose is quite bigger than yours.
Maybe it is a head issue.
Look, I don't want to rule that out at all. That's immediately as you said, you slammed your face into a car door.
Just the nose.
I was like, yeah, that's a head issue.
That's the thing. It didn't hit my head at all. Like literally, the corner bit that pokes up just poked straight into that divot in my nose and was like doink. I was just like, what are the chances it would be perfectly lined up with my nose as well to just be like bang?
You weren't telling any lies or fibs that day?
I don't think so.
You sure? Because it could be a case of Pinocchio.
It had grown just for that time.
I reckon you've lied. You've told one little white lie, gone to shut the door, and then it's like, fuck you.
And then it's like, well, she's had her payback. We'll bring it back down to the size it was.
Because look, from your side profile, I think it's play on.
But I mean, the plate incident yesterday too.
I'll be like, when I'm plate throwing around, like I'm a big hat wearer. I have to have my hat backwards for that. There's not much I can do about the old schnoz, but
yeah,
I'm more of a hitting the brim of my hat more than the beak of my nose.
Yes. Well, you do hope that your hat runs out further than your beak.
Fuck. Yeah, look, fuck that. I'd be very upset. Again, that would be another genetic thing I'd be blaming my parents for.
Imagine a nose the length of your hat.
I'm sure there's people out there, and look, if we've offended you, I'm extremely sorry.
No issues there. We
beautiful.
are not judging.
You're beautiful. All right, let's...
Your lips wouldn't get burnt.
That's one way to look at it. Moving on. Speaking of injuries, Peter's touched on a couple of mine. Jamal Fogarty, who has been signed with the Canberra Raiders, will now miss the first 4 months for them with a knee injury. He has to have surgery. I'm not exactly sure what he's done. Obviously not a full ACL or whatever, but did something in the trials, and yeah, so he'll miss 4 months, which is a bit of a blow because I was actually looking forward to him coming in.
I know.
They've been like... They played so well 2019, then kind of dropped off the radar and definitely had a bit of a dog shit year last year.
Yeah,
so
he was going to be a bit of a saving grace, I think, and also was going to be very handy working in the halves there with Whiten. So
and also, I think he's pretty hot. So
yeah,
So another hot boy down. I feel like we're jinxing them all. Another kind of like boring one, but Dylan Walker from the Manly Sea Eagles has signed with the Warriors.
I did see that.
For 3 years starting next year. So again, 2023, a big year for everyone.
I don't have a lot to say about it.
I don't really either, but I just thought we'd mention it.
Nice we've mentioned it.
Obviously, the NRLW, the
Round
women's...
1.
Yeah, it kicked off on Sunday. Petey mentioned that she went to it. So we had Dragons defeating the Titans 20-12.
I did not make it for that game. I watched a part of it at the pub.
Yeah, I watched a little bit on TV. Chooks, unfortunately, went down to the Broncos 20-4. They're fucking red hot, those Broncos.
Yeah, look, they are. And that's the thing too, like, if you've got a sort of core group of players there, like, there's not really the big shifting that there is in NRLW that there is in men's NRL, like, unless they're all Sydney teams. But, like... You're not, if you live in Brisbane,
you're going to play for Brisbane.
You're not going to be like, oh, I'm going to go sign with the Illawarra, like with the Dragons for $5,000 a year. You know what I mean? It's like, it's not worth uprooting your whole life for a tiny contract. So it's like,
and they've
until they're paid like as much as they should be, it won't, like they'll stay strong.
Obviously Broncos were a foundation team and pretty much have the same squad since day one. And that's why they've been like reigning champions for the last couple of years. But yeah, they are a very strong team. So that was unlucky for our girls to go
I will
down.
say, watching that game though, like they were both very strong and quite good in D, which was good, but it also kind of made for like a bit of a like not riveting game.
Oh, 100%.
It was just a bit of like
very tactical.
Just tactical, really sort of just like running into each other in the middle. Like they both had good options at the end, but like they were both defending really well, so it just kind of didn't break open that much.
So let's see. Hopefully we can see them throwing the pigskin around a little bit.
Yeah.
Getting the bickies this week. Last game, which you were obviously there for, and our good mate Bobby Law was playing for Newcastle Knights. Unfortunately, went down to Parramatta Eels, so 13-12. That was such an exciting end to the
That
game.
was such a good game.
It
Like,
was
so riveting.
such a good game.
It was so good to watch.
I've got here that Maddie Studden for Parramatta
Got a field goal in like the last 30 seconds.
icing that field goal, like that was red hot. And she had to convert as well where the ball kept like blowing off the tee as well. We're old school having to hold it down.
Yeah. I will say like this is no crack on anyone. Like I wasn't expecting a field goal. Like we haven't seen a lot of it in the women's game yet.
No.
Like it's just not happened, and it's good. It just shows that they are getting so much better with, you know, they're starting to get treated better. They're starting to get paid better. They're getting better training conditions, and it shows that it's paying off. Like they have the confidence and they have the skills now to do things like that because they are getting treated better, which just shows if they got even more, it would be a massive, like such a good game.
It'd be like on par with the men's. And I feel like
That game was one of the best games I've watched in ages. Like, it was sad to see the Knights go down by a point, but, like, it was such a good game.
good, exciting game. Lots of action, lots of ball movement. Fuck Parramatta, like, they just, like, charged, eh? Like, they were big, strong girls. So, looking forward to round 2. So
I actually used to play with one of the girls that played for Parramatta.
for Para. Is that the girl that, I think, Talia?
Nah, a different one. Ellie Johnston.
Oh, well,
Shout out.
Shout out, Ellie. Keep doing great things.
Used to play with her for the Tomahawks, Mid-North Coast side.
Did you play league as well up there?
No, that was Union. She used to be a uni girl.
I love to see it. We love to see that. Would you ever consider going to league?
I would love to just play in, like, a team that's in that, like not high up level in Newcastle, where I don't really have to train because I don't have the time, but I could just go play on, like, a Sunday when I have Sunday games.
So not like the Souths and West.
No,
League.
like, below that.
Did something just hit me in the head?
No, I don't think so.
I don't know what that was.
Yeah, but, like, below that. Like Cheetahs or someone.
Oh, yeah. I wish I played league last year. I love league.
Yeah, I want to have a crack.
I'm too old for it now. So that was really good. Congrats, girls. Congrats, Bobby. We love you. Keep
Yeah,
moving
well
and
done,
tearing.
Bobby. I'm just going to grab a beer. Do you want?
Yeah, I would. All right. We'll move on. I can't see because of the freaking glare. Oh, no. I know what time it is.
Come on!
Star and Marge. All right, Petey. She's just ducked to the bar fridge for a second. So Star and Marge, we go through and name one star of the week and one Marge. Marge is a bit of a dickhead or something that we're not vibing with this week. Pretty self-explanatory. Petey, have you prepared? Do you
Yeah,
have
I got one in my head. I'm going to go... Wait, do we want Star or Marge first?
Star. We start on a high.
Righto. I'm going to go Star this week goes to... Maybe the sun coming out today, and also my internet getting fixed.
Yeah, that's a star move.
Yeah.
I just find that so, like, even just the internet would be more like a Marge as well to me, having to hotspot constantly.
Yeah, it has been like a pain.
Because,
in
like,
the
I
arse.
normally have to hotspot here when I'm doing it.
Do you just want the Wi-Fi code?
Well, I literally was thinking that I can always just run and get it. I know where it is. But, like, the last couple of weeks, I've just hotspot to quickly upload it and whatnot. So, but, yeah, that's just
it's a pain.
especially when you're working full-time, like, fucking get together. Get yourself shit together. Putin and...
And I've worked from home, like, 2.5 days this week.
Can you touch your phone at all?
Yeah.
Or does it, like, drop out?
Nah,
after?
you can still go on your phone, but then I'm finding, like, my phone's running out of battery by, like, 3 o'clock because it's, like, hotspotting and I'm using
Yeah,
it.
100%.
And blah, blah, blah.
You'd be zapping. And iPhones are fucking dog shit anyway. Even though I love them and I'll never change, but
Yeah.
they are dog shit. My star, I've kind of moved away from Mother Nature this week. I saw on Instagram either this morning or last night, Isaac John, aka Ice from YKTR. Petey and I actually did an episode with him in our early days, so go check that out. So Ice obviously owns the clothing brand YKTR, and he put up a post. He was trying to get in contact with people up north so he could donate clothes to people that were affected by the floods and had lost stuff. And I just thought that was, like, really nice.
I've seen heaps of people doing that, which is good.
Yeah, so that's awesome that people are doing that. I wish we could... I don't have any clothes to donate, but, yeah, if there's something that we can personally donate to, we'd love to sort of help out. It's just nice. I know he also donates excess clothes to I can't remember what they're called now, but some other charity as well. So it's nice to see that, like, people high up are like caring and lovely. Yeah, I really butchered that at the end. All right, Marge.
I'm gonna go the TV breaking. That is a Marge. I wanted to just watch the test, but I cannot. But I'm probably gonna go to Hannah and Michael's place and watch the test after we finish this.
Actually, just speaking of the test, do you have an Amazon login? Because I really want to watch the full test.
I think I used Jade's to watch it.
Yeah, I might need to.
Have you not seen it yet?
I've only seen the like condensed version that KO had. KO had like a hour version.
It's like 8 episodes.
And that's why I was like, I don't think I'm watching the right thing.
No, it was spectacular.
I know,
Definitely
I'm a
your
fucking
fingers
idiot.
on that.
My Marge is the rain. Like, I don't know what it, like, I know we always pick the weather and fucking stupid things, but like this rain for the last 2 weeks has honestly been depressing. And I'm not being like over dramatic and whatnot, but it has made me feel like shit. And I am so happy to see the sun. Even though the last time I was in the sun, I got extremely sunburnt, and I'm peeling still from that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like my belly's peeling, so I fucked up. But yeah, I'm glad that the rain's sort of gone. It'll probably be back fucking this Arvo or tonight, but
Yeah.
for now, it's good to just be back in the studio with my best mate, drinking my favourite beers, talking shit in the sun, the glaring down
Take
on
it when
us.
you can.
You take it where you can. As for weekend and week coming up, is there anything that we need to... Is there anything exciting happening?
No, I was meant to go and go out and do like a little coaching clinic at Maitland tomorrow, and then was going to watch Penell's trial game against Manly, but that's all been called off.
Was
Friday
that
night-
here or down there?
Maitland.
Yeah.
Yeah, at Maitland.
Wait, Penell as
Yeah.
well?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
And then, Friday night 7's meant to be on tonight. That's called off too. Pretty much everything's on hold, so I'm kind of just keen to have like a bit of a chill weekend, not get smashed, just like stay in my lane. But I can't watch the TV, so that kind of puts a dampener on it.
You can watch it on your laptop.
I can watch the TV in my room.
I was going to say, if your TV doesn't get fit, because you've got your TV in your room too, I'm pretty sure I've got like a little Telstra box at home somewhere, and I can always drop that off to you, and you can get KO up on that.
That's all right. We have a Telstra TV.
I'll go fuck myself.
But thank you very much. Thank you very much.
I'm also the same as you. I'm back at work Sunday. I'm going to take Lily out for dinner tomorrow night. I haven't seen her.
Where he's going?
Meat. Going to go to meat.
Yeah, Penel and I were thinking about doing dinner tomorrow.
Do you want to come?
No.
Yeah, I was going to say, actually, that's like...
Actually, I heard there is vegetarian options
Do
there.
you know what? There is vegetarian options, and some of the vegetarian things are very delicious. You're more than welcome to come, but I also haven't seen Lily in about 3 weeks.
I might let you just have a little night together.
I'll go on a little date. I haven't told her, but I'm sure she won't mind. Yeah, I also don't want to get smashed. I'm going to go to the Chooks game the following weekend. Might let my hair down a little bit there, but I'm sure we'll have something to report on. Obviously, leading up until... Are there any more trials on?
No, the game's like a next start. Like,
So the games start not this weekend, next weekend. Obviously, the women... Do the women play?
women have got another round this week.
Yeah, beauty. All right, so we'll probably come
Another
back...
triple header.
So we'll come back and... Yeah, it's in Gold Coast.
Yes.
We'll come back and report on the women's game from last week. This week.
Yep.
And yeah, just sort of look, the lead up to the NRL season, we might give some of our predictions or whatever. Obviously, Chooks are going to take out the minor major.
Obviously.
Yeah, that's without saying. So if you came here for anything other than our opinion, there's the door. Did you have anything else?
Oh, yes. I just opened a gold and it's got a question on it. Would you like to hear it?
Of course I
It's
did.
a quiz question though.
Beer, I just want to say one thing before we start. Beer, like trivia or like talking points or whatever, are like one of my favourite things.
The best. True or false? The First and Second World War, this is very fitting for the times. The First and Second World War saw Forex distributed across the world for thirsty troops.
True.
True.
Is it?
Yep.
Oh my God. Shout
So
out.
gold's been around since First World War.
Shout out. It's probably got written on it when it was.
It would say. Oh, they're two such fat bottles. 1878.
Holy shit. That was before the Mutual.
They've been going
started.
the big lift for a long time.
Shout out to 4X Gold. Obviously, like the beer of footy, the beer of like live footy as well. Because
Beer of my dad.
beer of your dad. I know we enjoyed several 4Xs when I went to Maxville.
Yes. It's like rude to not have 4Xs when you're in Maxville.
Yeah, like it's rude to not have them when you're at the cricket in cups and they
For $10.
and they cost $10 and go warm like reasonably quick, but they're also the most delicious beers ever. And obviously, like helping the troops out back in the war.
Shout out.
I'm praying to God that 4X don't have to help any troops
Yeah, me too.
because we don't.
Speaking
actually go
of
to
that,
war.
apparently this is like yarns that I've heard, like back in the day, because obviously they got the 4X shipped down and whatever, and it was very dark times. Like they obviously were drinking because it was terrible over there. Like
Fucking
you had
oath,
to do
you'd wanna
something to
drink.
cope in like wars, like all wars that have happened. And like they tell me that like a lot of the people that got like medals of bravery and things like that were absolutely maggot when they did the things they did. Like just got Dutch courage and were like, I'm running over the thing and just like did like immaculate things because they just like lost all their inhibitions and were like, nah, fuck it, I'm doing it.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so most people that have those like bravery medals, obviously some not, but a lot of them, it's like the things that they did was because they were
pissed.
just pissed, like blind as, and were just like didn't care anymore and just jumped over the whatever.
The
Ran out,
trenches and stuff.
ran out of the trenches, grabbed a mate, did whatever, like.
Oh my God, that's wild. I
Yeah.
hope that they are living the high life with their feet up, drinking free 4Xs for the rest of their days. Just another war story before we head off. Obviously, I don't know whether you guys know, Peter might be aware, but like I'm like full obsessed with like Jurassic Park. It's like one of my favorite movies in the world. And one of the newer Jurassic Parks is like this army guy comes to the theme park and he tries to like, I'm guessing he wants to buy them, but he eventually steals like the velociraptors because his idea is, because one of the the guys that work there has obviously trained them as if they're like a zoo animal or whatever. Like obviously they'd still fucking rip you to shreds, but he tells them to stop and come and eat and whatnot. And they kind of respond to him. So he's like, we'll get them in the US Army to go and fight ISIS
it would
or
make
whatever.
me so sad to see like a dinosaur getting shot down.
But
though.
imagine like if we went to war and we had like velociraptors fucking fighting.
I know, but like, imagine that. Like, imagine if you're like there and it's just getting shot at and dies. Like,
Oh
that'd
my-
be fucking devastating.
Well, the sequel to that Jurassic Park is when, spoiler alert to anyone who hasn't seen Jurassic World 2, pretty much the island gets like bombed and all these dinosaurs die. And I was like, this is fucked up. I will refuse to watch the second one because of all the dinosaurs dying.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I watched a movie the other day, like a couple of weeks ago. When I say that, I was living in Maxwell at the time, so with Mum, months ago now. But it was like this movie, and this dog just like got killed unnecessarily in it. Like it didn't add to the story, and I was just like, oh, that's rocked me. I was like, why'd they do that? Why that didn't add to the storyline. Why did I just have to watch a dog die in like getting ripped? It got sucked into the rapids in the river, was like kind of whooshing around, and then this big monster that was chasing them just grabs its head and shoves it under the water, and its owner just has to watch it drown.
What movie was this?
It was called like the I don't know. It's about this movie, and they have like men's thoughts just get read out loud, like said out loud. Like anything they think just gets said out loud. And they're like living in this society at the time. There's only men, but there's other societies with women and blah blah blah. But like so anything that they're thinking just gets like said.
Oh my God.
Which is pretty wild. I don't know. I can't remember what it's called.
That movie sounds awful.
It had Spider-Man in it,
Which one?
the young one.
Tom Holland?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a hottie. Apparently he's going to be in the new season of Euphoria too. So
Ooh.
I've watched like 4 episodes, so I have no idea where he'll fit in. But anyway,
We'll find out.
I will say one thing. Animals dying in movies, I don't want to finish on a dark note, but I feel like we're here now. Animals dying in movies, like, yeah, I'm too sensitive for that. Now, this is
It
like...
makes me like disgustingly upset and like way more like it's so irrational because I don't feel that way when humans die in movies.
I've watched... I don't know if you've ever seen Sons of Anarchy.
No, but I know what it is.
there's a scene where like a character gets her head like shoved into a sink full of like hot water, and then she gets stabbed in the back of the head. Like, it's very fucking violent. And I've watched Marie Antoinette, which is about like the French Revolution and whatnot. And at the very start, she leaves her Austrian family to go to the French family, and she has to like, she takes her little pug with her, and they say, no, you can't have that. Like, you'll have all the French dogs you want. So she has to give the dog back, and she's crying, and the dog's crying, and I'm fucking in tears over this dog that she, like, her dog's gone now. Like, it didn't even die, and I'm like in tears over that. And my mum's like, pull yourself together.
Literally.
But I'll happily watch someone get shot in the head.
Yeah.
Any type of human.
Or drown in a hot sink and stabbed in the neck.
Yeah, it's actually kind of concerning what I...
Yeah, I'm the exact same. I think it's just normal. I'm going to write it off as normal.
If there's nothing wrong with us.
No.
No.
If both of us are the same.
Big noses, big heads, genetically blessed with good yarns. And don't mind watching humans die, but dogs is another story.
Yeah.
I don't know how we got there.
Yeah, but I think it's probably it. Yeah, I think it's
Should we
probably
wrap it
time
up?
to wrap
Wrap
it
it
up,
up?
eh?
All right, we'll see you sometime next week, guys. You have a fantastic weekend. Stay hot, not sober.
Hooroo.
Bye.
All I do is